Welcome to the lesson on friendship changes. So far in this unit, you've learned that friendships develop over time and they look different at different levels. Sometimes you meet a friend that gets all the way to the highest level. They reach best friend status. That's rare. It happens only a few times in your whole lifetime. And it feels good to have someone that you can trust, who shows up for you, who's very involved in your life. But as you grow and change, your friendships may grow and change. And that means that sometimes your best friend may not be your best friend anymore. There's a lot of different reasons that can happen. Your situations change. Maybe you used to go to the same school or be in the same sport. And once that ends and you don't spend as much time together, you drift apart. Maybe one of you changes. Making decisions or values change and you're getting involved in things that the other person doesn't feel comfortable with. Maybe the friendship becomes one-sided. Maybe one of you feels like you're making all the efforts to get together, to talk, and to share things, and the other one isn't responding at the same level that they used to. Sometimes you just grow apart and you don't feel as close as you used to, and you can't even really put your finger on it. Sometimes the relationship is toxic, where instead of bringing out the best in each other, you bring out the worst in each other. Sometimes there's just too much drama. One friend gets to always talk about their problems, and there's always seems to be arguments or gossip, and the other friend isn't as comfortable around it. Sometimes you just start to get on each other's nerves, and there's fights and disagreements. And sometimes you just happen to meet someone else who moves up to that best friend status, and it moves the other person down just to a close friend. All of these reasons are okay, and all of these reasons happen over time. It can be really sad to lose a best friend, even if you're the one who takes a step away. It can be even harder when you have a best friend that steps away from you. It can feel like it's just you that it happens to. But trust me, it happens to everyone. It's natural that over time, as you change, friendships change too. That doesn't mean that you should just walk away from a best friend. You should try to really work it out. But sometimes they just move down a level because you can't work it out. You've moved on to the next stage, and it doesn't mean that they're not your friend anymore. It just means that the friendship has changed. There are things you can control and things that you can't control when your friendship changes. You can control your memories. Once you have a best friend, you have great memories of that friendship. Hold on to them. That's something you can control. You can be kind to each other even if you're not close friends anymore. Because friendly does not mean that you're friends. You don't have to be enemies just because you're not as close. Your friend may be at a different level, and sometimes you'll hang out in a big group or with other friends, and that's okay. But it's important to set appropriate boundaries so that if you're not as close or you don't want to be talking as much or getting together as much, make that clear in a kind way to each other so that you know what to expect from each other at this new level. It can be sad to have a friendship change, and that's normal too. You may feel alone and feel like you're the only person who's ever felt like this in the whole world. But friendships change, and there's ways that you can deal with these sad or hurt feelings. Writing in a journal about your feelings is always a great idea. Making a picture memory book of the good times you had together with your friend is a healthy way to work through some of your memories and hold on to them in a positive way. Listening to upbeat music, going back to your blocks of friendship and finding people that you do want to connect with and maybe go over a bridge to a higher level. Reaching out to them can feel good when you're sad or hurt. And if you're having trouble getting over your sad or hurt feelings about a friendship, talk to someone. Talk to a parent, a sibling, or a school counselor. They can help you know how to handle these feelings of sadness.